Hey, what's up, guys? Rob's Wrenches here. I'd like to introduce you to my Craftsman original. It's not the Craftsman original, but this was the first toolbox I ever bought. In 1999, I finally decided that I was going to take auto tech because I got tired of going to national chains, that were advertising brake jobs for $29.99 or $39.99, and then they get your car on the rack, and then they bring you into the bay to upsell you on, like a complete overhaul of a brake system. Not that any of these things weren't needed or anything like that, but what I came in for was you to replace my brake pads, not to, hold my car hostage for calipers, rotors, and brake lines and things like that and whatnot, And then, well, no, I don't need that. Oh, well, I can't let your car back on the road. That'd be against the state law. They won't let me allow you back on the road, because that you're a danger. You're a hazard to, your fellow motorists and whatnot, So then you're stuck. What am I going to do and whatnot, Now I got to pay this. I came in expecting to pay $30 for brake pads, and I'm leaving here paying $300. So I decided I was going to take auto tech myself, and this was the first box that I bought. Something for a DIYer, something for home use and whatnot, that was affordable. So I bought this Craftsman top and bottom chest. Craftsman, the 4-drawer top chest, 2-drawer bottom chest with a little bit of storage, underneath. I can't remember how much it cost. It was less than $200, as I recall it. But now I was off on the road to collecting my tools, the things that I needed to do the jobs that I needed to do at home for myself, and not be beholden, to shysters, at these chains, that will hold you hostage. So, in the top of the box is I have a series of padlocks, that I had, for foot lockers, lockers, storage, anything, that I had in the military that needed to be secured and whatnot, that was, don't leave anything unsecured when you're in the military and whatnot, you can be written up for it. This box now is just relegated to holding random stuff. This is my junk drawer, so to speak, So, if you look at the little blue writing on the back, that was from when I worked at Generac. I used to work at Generac, and this was all that you needed. This is all the storage space that you needed, to work on the line and in the department that I worked in. You didn't need a big, huge tool chest or anything like that. Any and everything that you needed, to assemble, the generators and whatnot, could fit into here. So, this is my old work ID from back in the day. For anybody that's wondering who the hell I am or what I look like or anything like that, I've had that for ages. And that blue writing up top, is you filled out time cards and whatnot, and how your day went and whatnot. I spent 0.5 hours cleaning and, 3 hours material handling, half an hour training, that type of thing. You wrote your codes in and whatnot, and fill that on your time card to turn in at the end of the day of what you did that was productive to Generac during the day. Below that is I have a Michelin sticker. I got a couple that Michelin sent me. A little construction zone sign up there. I have here a headlight kit for restoring your headlights. My son bought that, for his vehicle, and he had enough application left over, to do mine as well. And we just threw the pads and stuff in here. I also have paints, craft paints that I use for my wrenches and sockets, ratchets, and whatnot. You know, an idea that I got off of John Gibson. John Gibson uses a model car paint that I think adheres a lot better than what I was able to find. I was able to find, you know, what he had, and there was an arts and crafts store that was nearby me. They shut down and moved out, you know, so I just went by Walmart and got what I could. The medicine bottles are just, you know, for stuff like little small jars of Loctite or anything like that, you know, that you don't want to gather moisture, or any other little small items that you want to contain, you know, so just use old medicine jars, medicine bottles for that. Got some Gorilla Glue. This was Goo Gone, but I left it over here. I left it in my box, you know, over a winter, and it expanded and contracted, you know, until it broke the seal and everything leaked out of it. But a bigger jar of it. I could refill that thing. I actually should just toss it. Can of Brasso from the old military days. You know, if you didn't have Stay Bright, you know, you'd have to polish your own brass or any other metals or anything like that, you know, that needed a touch up. So that goes way back. Bottom drawer there is heat shrink and butt connectors. Anything electrical repair goes in here. So everything that I have, I've relegated to that drawer, dedicated to that drawer for this type of thing. Down below I have a stereo, car stereo that I had out of an old car that I recovered and to use for something else. Next drawer is cotter pins, washers, roll pins, all the kits from Harbor Freight and whatnot, you know, nuts and bolts of various sizes, wood screws and actual bolts, a lot of which I've used on a Teskey trailer that I bought from Blaine's Farm and Fleet. So I had to make my own rails and stuff like that. Here are a set of quick links for chains that I had bought. My garage lightning struck a tree, fell on top of my garage, and knocked it out of square. I used the come along to try to bring it back into square. Still working on that. It's been a couple of years, but my garage door doesn't work because of that, and I didn't realize it at the time. O-rings, set of O-rings, and vacuum line fittings that I keep in here, you know. So in little kits and stuff like that, you know, will continue to be in these drawers. If you can see, you know, that used to be my screwdrivers, pliers, metric wrenches, and standard wrenches originally. Up top is pneumatic stuff. I've got fittings and stuff, you know, for my air compressor. Yeah, just all pneumatic fittings, fuel, tire pressure gauges, valve stem caps, replacement valve stems, license plate stuff, you know, things like that, you know. So, and if I needed to mend some brake lines or transmission lines or something like that, you know, I've got unions and stuff like that I would put up here. Little clamps for fuel lines and stuff like that. I actually did some repairs on my daughter's car. She needed to replace some fuel lines. The fuel filter had rusted all the way through. Up here, I have a key broken off in here, you know, from moving around, and bumped into something and snapped the key off in there. You know, so this is the only key that I have down at the bottom there. Speaking of which, this drawer, I've got some 1/4-inch stuff. These are old governor rods and stuff like that, you know, that were for generators back at Generac. Stuff that you commonly used You know, instead of running back and forth, you know, to grab stuff like that, I would pre-assemble them and keep them in my box and whatnot. You know, as I know we've got an order for a specific set of these generators that has this type of governor, blah blah blah. You know, so you'd pre-assemble stuff. You know, so you're not running back and forth. You know, it's just more efficient. You know, to have your stuff on hand and pre-assemble it. You know, so when they did come down the line, bam, your journey on the spot. Cotton swabs for grease, lubricants, anything that I need to apply, you know, that I don't want to get my gloves excessively greasy for, so I lose my purchase or lose my grip on anything. This little 1/4-inch set, everybody makes that little damn thing, you know. This was probably when they first came out and I noticed and whatnot. Adjustable wrench, ratcheting screwdriver handle, and the 3/8 and 1/4-inch drive ratchet, little stubby ratchet, you know. So everybody makes those damn things, you know, made by the same company, you know, branded for different companies and whatnot. 1/4-inch Stanley set, love the hell out of that damn thing. I had a Cobalt set that I'd bought, and I left the 1/4-inch ratchet, lost a 1/4-inch ratchet in the boneyard, and I just bought that set, you know, because I didn't have the ratchet anymore. So that was the replacement. But that's been a really nice set, you know, for a basic bottom of the line Stanley kit. Over here I have a set of fuses and relays that I bought from Mega U-Pool down in El Paso. Shout out to Kush the mechanic. Hey man, go give us a tour of Mega U-Pool, you know. Give me a throwback, man. You know, take me down memory lane. They would pull all the fuses and stuff out of a vehicle. You know, I'm pretty sure, you know, other junkyards do the same, and just bag them up and sell them to you, you know, for like $3 to $5 or something like that. You know, they were really cheap. You know, too good to pass up. You know, so you blow a fuse, you got a shit ton on hand. And finally, my raggedy friction slides. Down here are hose clamps, random USB stuff, trailer wiring harness from when I was wiring lights on my trailers. I actually tap into my reverse lights on a vehicle, so I'll use these to tap into those and wire them to reverse lights that I added to my trailer. So you put the vehicle in reverse, you know, it powers the lights on the trailer. So we have a 4-pin connector, and then I'll use another 4-pin connector, you know, to power the reverse lights using only 2 wires. But, you know, hey. Tapes, painter's tape, Scotch tape, Gorilla tape, Teflon tape, and in there is just some 12-gauge wire from audio stuff, black and red, just for splicing or soldering wiring and stuff like that. Underneath the bottom, I have battery chargers, jumper cables. I've got a stereo, satellite ready stereo that I had put into a project car, and when I left El Paso, I'd pull that out and brought it home, you know, just in case I wanted to throw it into another car. I've got my original Schumacher battery charger. I've probably had that since 99 or 2000. A couple of pairs of jumper cables underneath. And then, because that is so old, the Schumacher is so old, a couple of years ago I got the Harbor Freight battery charger, you know, through the Inside Track Club. I can't remember what the price was, but it was hella cheap and whatnot. You know, it was too good to pass up. And I bought it to replace that rascal, just in case it went out, you know, because of its age or anything like that. You know, I had that one for standby. Now, Harbor Freight claims that that would jump a car. Come on, man. Really? Anybody who believes that and whatnot, you know, or who did believe that, or bought it with that expectation, were out of their minds and whatnot. You know, that is just that, except it's smart. It's got better technology and whatnot. You know, so it'll shut itself off when the car is done. It won't just continue to charge, you know, overnight, that type of thing and whatnot. You know, so that makes it handy. Whereas that, consider that one analog and this one digital. You know, that's about it. But if you thought that was going to, you know, jumpstart a completely dead battery, you know, and you bought it with that expectations, and then you come on YouTube and shit on it, no, man, you were the idiot for thinking that was going to do, you know, something that, you know, a big battery charger would do and whatnot. You know, it's not what it was designed for, regardless of what the hell they claimed, you know. So, you know, shame on you. Don't come on here and shit on shit from Harbor Freight, you know, because you bought into, you know, unreasonable expectations. Saw a video of a guy, you know, some time ago. I've got the little paint sprayers from Harbor Freight, you know, for 20 bucks or 15 bucks, $14.99 for an electric paint gun. And the guy comes on, you know, and he's trying to do his fence job, trying to stain his fence, you know, and expected, you know, $100 performance, you know, like a Wagner, out of a $14 fucking Harbor Freight paint gun, you know, and then just, you know, went on this fucking rant and tirade about it. No, man, what the fuck did you expect and shit, man? You know, come on. You know, don't shit on it because, you know, you thought it was a Wagner. If you thought that and shit, you know, you were all fucked up. But at any rate, it's been a while. I've been working on this channel, trying to get things up to snuff, trying to look like other channels and whatnot, you know, a little more polished, spend a little more time putting something into it, you know. So look for more videos. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and share. And I appreciate you watching. Thanks, guys. Shout out to New Level Auto, Kush the Mechanic, Nick Windsor. Let's see, doggone it, and a few more. I'll write some names down. I got other shout outs to give and whatnot, you know. All right, you guys, take care. Appreciate you watching. All right, we'll be back at it. All right, thanks.